Okay, hey y'all, back here with another review. So, this part two, I can actually stay pretty calm. I don't really have to go off on nobody. But you want to know why I say that now? I don't feel like I'm really gonna have to go off on nobody for real. I really don't. I was very annoyed with the last 15 minutes of this programming. As you guys know why. I'm tired of hearing about this shit. Rainy aneurysm. Also, before I go forward, like I said in my live that I did, with this show going off, please tell me what other shows. Please get in my comments and tell me what other shows you guys would like me to review. Um, I'm definitely probably gonna review the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I think that comes out in November. I'm definitely gonna review that. But in between time, in the meantime, tell me what shows you guys would like me to review. I do kind of do Married at First Sight. I think I'm going to do that probably more because this is going off. But get in the comments. But anyway, let's get to it. So, we start off with the Kyle section of the show, okay? And pretty much talking about how Kyle called everybody at the table fake ass bitches that one night that everybody was together. And I'm sorry, I'm exhausted. Yeah, calling everybody fake ass bitches or whatever at the table. And again, kind of like they talked about last episode, it pretty much gets down to the point that Kyle is selfish. Kyle loves to bring everything back to being about her. She can't help it. It's how she is. I don't say she can't help it, but that's really just how Kyle is. And again, the footage speaks for itself as far as I'm concerned. So yeah. So that's all pretty much I'm saying that because I guess them trying to counter what she was saying, I guess everybody was saying, well, look, you can't really call us fake ass bitches and look at how you act. Um, then we talk about, I'm sorry, y'all, I ain't gonna lie, not much happened this episode. Like, now that I really think about it and I'm looking at my notes, ain't shit really happened. We got Kyle, Andy asked Kyle pretty much like, how did you feel like about everybody, like, I don't want to say coming after you or whatever, but him just I don't even know what the fuck Andy asked her. All I know is that she said that she was just so busy because she did the fashion show and she said this, that, and the third, and she had to go shoot for a couple of weeks and she was gone for 6 weeks. So she just felt like, everybody was just jumping in on top of her and it was just a lot going on. Da 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 da. Whatever. I'm exhausted, y'all. I'm so sorry. I'm like really exhausted because like I'm tired and I want to take a nap, but I'm also exhausted just by everything here. Like I'm reading my notes and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like what is going on here? This shit's about to be real short because honestly I really don't care anymore. Teddy and Kyle, and I don't mean about this review, I just mean like I don't care about this show. We talk about Teddy and Kyle relationship. Now Kyle wants to acknowledge the fact that that she has a better friendship with Teddy. Why you just didn't say that in the beginning? This whole season you've been backpedaling and pussy popping, talking about some, no, I don't understand, or getting so upset every time somebody said that. But now that you're in a reunion, it's, oh yes, of course, okay, because and she said out her mouth that yes, her and Teddy like are closer because Teddy is a better friend. And I didn't hear nobody take offense to her saying that though. But everybody want to take offense to what Denise quote unquote said. All right, what the fuck ever, whatever. Um, then Kyle says that Dorit came for her all season. I won't say that she came for her all season. I think it was half and half. I think they both like spoke on situations that happened. I don't think like one person was coming for the other more than, you know what I'm saying? Like I think it was even. Like I don't think Dorit was coming for Kyle all season. I don't really look at it like that. Okay, let's talk about the fashion show. So like I said in my review last week, Kyle, you want to talk about this fashion show and saying how Dorit came for your business, and it showed the clip of pretty much. This is the thing about it. Yes, it did show in the clip that they played that Dorit was saying like, well, Kyle, like, how is it that you like you don't even know what you're doing, like, all of this other stuff. But the thing is, they were showing that. And that's what I keep trying to say to y'all again, and I will say it again this week. I said it last week, I'll say it again this week. Y'all can't keep blaming people, your other castmates, for what it is that you're putting out to the public. Cal, even if we took Dorit, like if you took away Dorit commentary from that entire scene, it would have been clear to the viewing audience that you didn't really know that what you were doing. Like she said, I think it was the fact that like she didn't even know, like she had just seen all of her pieces for the first time, like right before the show or some shit like that. And it's like, it's shit like that that's clear. Nobody has to say that you don't know what you're doing. Like I said before, girl, that whole fashion show, it was obvious that that woman did all of the work and you just came in and put your name on it. And that was clear about how, like she said in the reunion, how unprepared you were. That was shown on camera. We didn't need to read to tell us that at all. So that's that on that. And again, Dorit apologized, and this is a situation again, like Dorit said, if you really had a problem that much, you could have texted me, and you didn't. That's how, like I said, I know Kyle is really nobody's friend other than Teddy. Let's just be real about it, okay? Then we have Kyle and Denise in a ragamuffin comment, and I'm glad that Denise just paid that shit dust, because who really gives a fuck? But I do like how they brought up the fact, like, okay, well, you called Denise a ragamuffin, and talked about how she doesn't ever get her makeup done and all this, that, and the third. But then at the same time, you said that Dorit does too much. So again, like they said, which one is it, Kyle? That's a really good point. Which one is it? Is it that you want me to come in here like, look, let me be real. I just think at the end of the day, Kyle wants you to look. I don't even want to say she wants somebody to look a certain way, but I think when it comes to Dorit, it bothers her that Dorit dresses better than her, and everybody knows that Dorit is like the queen of fashion on this fucking show. Everybody knows that, and I feel like that bothers her. And I feel like with that whole thing with Denise, Kyle never ever 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 will get like fashion icon award on this fucking show ever, but she does dress up more than Denise does. So I guess that's somebody else that she can kind of look down upon as far as dressing, because like I said, her compared to Dorit, like there is no competition at all. I don't fucking know. So then we go on to Lisa, and again, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna talk about this because I really don't care. Like I said, Lisa used her daughter as a storyline this entire damn thing. Let me see. Teddy, I do want to say this about it. When they talked about the whole thing about the comment that Garcelle made, and Andy asked Teddy, because of course Teddy's we already know who Teddy is, okay, and how she felt about it. Teddy starts going on Garcelle. I just thought it was a really, really low blow, and I thought that this wasn't the perfect time. And then like Teddy, oh my gosh, hashtag get Teddy the fuck off my screen. I will always be hashtag get Teddy the fuck off my screen. I'm so tired of her. She runs her mouth too much. Everything is just so over fucking matic. It's a little bit too much for me, okay? It's just a little bit too much for me, okay? But we do that, and like I said, so she said that. The funniest part about that whole little thing is the fact that they had asked Sutton about the comment she made about Lisa Rinna and like how her dancing was weird or whatever. And then Teddy jumped in or whatever and said, no, it was Dorit. Dorit had said something about like how it was a big deal or something like that. No, not that it was a big deal. Dorit said that Sutton didn't mean that like in a funny way. And so Sutton pretty much was like, all right, then let's make it a bigger deal. I just love Sutton's shade. Like her shade is hilarious. And again, Lisa Rinna, like I said in a couple videos before, she loves attention, good or bad. Lisa will do anything for attention. Like, we get to Teddy. I'm gonna just keep it real cute during this whole segment. Unfortunately, I think Teddy's baby has something wrong, like with their head or something like that. Something about their head. Regardless, they have surgery in a couple weeks. Prayers to that baby. Hope everything goes good. Something happened to the child's finger. The child's finger's fine. Let's move on next. Alrighty. So then we get into Brandy, okay? And they talk about the text messages and whatnot. And Lisa says, why didn't you call her when you was in Rome? I guess saying like when everything had initially first came out, why didn't you just call her right there in Rome and say like, what the fuck was you talking about? Da 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 da. And again, like I said this before and I'll say it again, because she didn't have to, Lisa. Like who are you? She doesn't have to. She does not have to. There are so many different reasons why. Let's talk about maybe legally she felt like, all right, well, I'm about to come at this bitch and see how she want to come at me. Everybody doesn't handle it like, oh, let me get on the phone right now and call and curse somebody out. Like, even I don't think I would do that, because you want to know what? You have to be strategic in the shit that you do. Always. And like you even said, Lisa, didn't you say that Denise is such a strategic person? So she's so strategic. Why would she just get on the phone and call her and start cursing her out? That doesn't even do anything. Like, so my thing is, and also I want to say, if she did that, would that make you believe her? Highly fucking doubt it. And so now everybody is pretty much saying like, oh, well, where's Brandy? Where's Brandy? Where's Brandy? And one thing again, I don't give Andy a lot, but I'll give Andy, actually, no, I ain't giving him shit, and I'm going to tell you why. Andy said, well, Brandy's not here because I don't think there's nothing else for her to say. There's nothing else for her to say. When she said, I licked, Denise's, punana or whatever, that was the end of the conversation. What more is there need to be said? And that's the one time I can say I agree wholeheartedly with Andy. Why else does she need to be on here? Everything that needed to be said was said already. She showed whatever text messages she wanted to show. She said whatever it is that she needed to say. There's nothing more that needs to be fucking said. And again, I'm so sorry. I'm trying not to curse so much, but at the end of the day, all of y'all who is saying where's Brandy, y'all all are dumb, because y'all would be giving Brandy exactly what she wanted. And I think maybe Andy recognized that as well, that's what Brandy wants. Brandy wants to be back on the show. That's what she wants. She wants the platform. She wants to be back on this show so freaking badly. And the fact that all of y'all are so dumb and not blind, and this is my thing. Even if it is true about what happened with her and Denise, she could still be using that to try to get on this show. Like, do y'all not get that? She wins, and like I said before, she wins like double fold. It's like a double fold thing. She wins on both ends because she can get back on the show, so that's a consistent check. That's more attention, da 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 da. And by her telling you that this bitch has something, negative to say about all of y'all, I'm now getting y'all all on my side and possibly gonna get it to the point to where she can get kicked off the show and I can take her spot. Like, I don't understand how that's not, like, how y'all can't see that. Like, I don't get that. But the reason why I said I'm not gonna give Andy anything is because I didn't watch it, but it showed like on a commercial how, like, after the reunion, how he was going to be talking to Brandy, and he said, oh, Brandy, do you forgive me, for saying that you didn't have anything else to say? And she was like, no, I'm just kidding. Of course I do. Brandy, if you was a real one, you would go off on Andy too, because you would be like, don't try to sit up there and try to make it seem like I don't have anything else to say if you really felt like you do, which I know that you don't, but you're just thirsty. That, like, you're thirsty. And again, Andy, I don't see the point of her being on the show. Like you said, I think that you should have just stood in what you meant, which is there's no point of her being on the show, because there really isn't at the end of the day. There's not. Whatever was said is said. So either you believe her or you don't. Point blank, period. And like Dorit said the same thing. She don't need to freaking be here. And this is when I said, Lisa, you just showed your hand. Because when they was all going back and forth, Lisa going to say, oh, well, if you don't want her here, then you should have never did that. Then you should have never did it. And Denise said, did what? She said, you should have never did what you did with Denise. You should have never did what you did, with her. Saying pretty much you should have never fucked her. And Lisa, that right there solidifies the point when I say that you in particular, and a couple of y'all, never really gave a fuck about what she said about y'all. That's the thing. Y'all never cared about that. Y'all never really cared about what she actually said about y'all. Y'all cared about whether or not she fucked Brandy because that is so much more juicier and so much more messier for y'all to sit there and kiki about. And that's why at the end of the day, Lisa, you showed your hand when you said that. I already knew that that was the case, but I remember there was a scene in particular where all of them sat there and said, oh no, we don't care whether or not y'all fuck. We don't care about that. We don't care about that. Yes, y'all do. Yes, you do. Lisa, you in particular definitely care. And just because she fucked Brandy, does that mean that it's now okay for Brandy to run around and tell everybody that they fucked? Is that what you're trying to say, Lisa? Is that what you're trying to say? And this is what I talk about when I say we don't need anybody to open up their mouth and tell us to come at you. You do it on your own with your mouth. You do it on your own with your mouth. It's none of your fucking business. I will stand by that. I will keep saying that, okay? Now, at the end, all I have here is Denise was lying about, I think Denise was lying about the whole part about Brandy saying that she fucked everybody in the group. I don't believe that part, but I do believe that, and I do believe that her and Brandy is closer than what Denise is trying to make it seem. Those two things I believe. And I even half believe the fact that they fucked, right? But again, the point of the matter is it's none of y'all business. And I don't care. I don't even care. All I have in here is Teddy needs to calm the fuck down because that's what she needs to do. But point of the matter is, like I've been saying all season, it's not that I'm old Team Denise, or the reason why I am Team Denise at the end of the day is because y'all are messy as hell and y'all trying to make it seem like y'all are not. Y'all care. What y'all really care about is the fact that Denise and Brandy had sex with one another. That's what y'all care about. But y'all are trying to cloud it in the fact of trying to say, oh, you talked about us. That makes absolutely no sense for y'all to have an attitude about her talking about y'all when that's all y'all do on this show. Y'all literally are arguing. Dorit and Kyle are literally arguing, okay, because of what was said in the confessionals about one another. Y'all all do it. So at the end of the day, it's a little bit confusing as to why does it bother y'all so much that even if Denise did say it, that she said it. All of y'all hoes talk about each other. Every single last one of y'all. But at the end of the day, I'm tired. I'm tired of trying to cloud it around the fact of, oh, you talked about us. Y'all are just nosy. Y'all are nosy as fuck. And Lisa Rinna, you just proved it. That's your nosy. You just want to know whether or not y'all fucked, they fucked, and that's none of y'all business. And I'm done. I don't care. Let's get to part 3. I will say this about Garcelle. Garcelle, you do sometimes pop in when you shouldn't. I'm going to give you that. Because you did pop in, I forgot, in the whole Dorit and Kyle thing. And I tried to get what you were saying, but Dorit did make a good point. Like, that has nothing to do with you. You do got to, like, sit the fuck back sometimes. But other than that, I ain't got nothing else for these whores. I'm out. Bye.